¿Qué tal, muchachos? Isela here with the Truck Boss Show next to my friend Landon. What's
How's
up?
it going? Good to see everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this.
You can see them?
I think so.
Or they can see you?
That's probably the case here.
Okay.
I like your sunglasses.
I like mine too.
You look much better in sunglasses than I do.
I look cool though. I'm a diva.
You are a diva.
You act like the diva, but I'm the diva.
You know, there's some different opinions about that, but we're not going to talk about it on the show right now.
Well, tell everybody why we got our shades on though.
I'm telling you, have you seen what we launched last week on our show when it came to our new graphics package, our new video intro?
Which is?
When it came to how we introduced the show, as well as how we ended the show.
Yeah, we had a lot of people that commented last week that they thought it was pretty cool, and so we think we're cool right now.
We had to dress the part.
Stunning with our shades today.
I think the glasses look good with the ball cap. No?
No. Yeah, if you think so.
Here's what it's going to boil down to. In the comment thread, who looks better in the sunglasses?
Me. I know that one. I'm winning this one.
No,
yeah,
I wear
got
them well.
you. Bet.
Goes great with the chin and the beard and all that good
If
stuff.
you say so. Anyways.
That's it. We've got an awesome show lined up. So take off the sunglasses.
All right, let's do this.
I can't see. There we go. That's better. I'm just saying. I couldn't see. I have bad eyes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Go for it then.
Getting personal, but that's true. Let's go. Stay focused.
You go for it.
Well, we have a great show lined up for you. 2 awesome segments, but as always, we always like to start with the latest headlines in the news, so why don't you knock that out?
Once again, let's remind you that the Road Blitz is coming up next week as of June 4th through the 6th. Now, the emphasis on steering and suspension systems. Each year during the CVSA International Roadcheck Blitz, hundreds of trucks are placed out of service. Now, last year alone, roughly 500 trucks were sidelined with expensive roadside suspension repairs. So make sure that your rig is in tip-top shape and you are ready for that blitz.
And this is really important. Again, June 4th through the 6th. What's crucial about this is that on the Road Dog Show this morning on XM Radio, they had a lot of great experts in the world of inspection saying do what you don't normally do when it comes to the pre-trip and post-trip, and you'll be ready for this inspection.
Yes, safety first.
And the biggest tip they gave, have a good attitude when you get pulled over, and you're going to go a long way when it comes to with that trooper. Anyway, some good insight.
Good tip. What you got for us now?
This is really cool. I mean, when it comes to truck parking, we all know that it's frustrating. There's a big demand for truck parking across all the states here across the nation. And there's some great things that are in line that would be able to solve that truck parking with technology. So there are more trucks, like I said, on the road today than ever before. There's actually a 26% increase from 2008 to 2019 in making truck parking dangerous even when parking on the side of the highway. ELDs have definitely played a role in this, as we all know, and so it's really bringing an emphasis on how bad this issue is. Thankfully, many states are getting better with this, and the technology has helped. So TA Petro launched its reserve parking reservation system that allows drivers to reserve their parking spot, which is big, with check-in and check-out times. To read the complete article, we will post it in the comment thread so you can see exactly how to take advantage of this technology.
I think that is very important. I know parking is a big issue in the industry, and I know our drivers are out there are frustrated and wish to see a solution, so let's see if that helps.
Absolutely. There's been way too many accidents on the side of the road, on ramps, off ramps, and the like, and so I can't wait to see how the states are actually going to bring some real solutions, and technology is definitely the right step.
Looking forward to that. So moving on to one of our interviews with Dr. Dixon. She's with Drivers Health Clinic on sleep apnea. She will discuss what it is, how it affects you, and the ways to treat the symptoms. So check this video out.
Hey everyone, Niki here with the Truck Boss Show. Today we're joined again by a good friend, Dr. Dixon. She is a certified medical examiner, chiropractor, and a registered dietitian with the Drivers Health Clinic right there in Wildwood, Florida. Thanks for joining us again, Dr. Dixon.
Thanks so much for having me. This is great.
Of course. Last time we talked about drug testing, and I want to switch it up this time and talk about a popular subject, which is sleep apnea. For some of our audience that might not know what sleep apnea is, can you kind of fill them in on what it is and maybe how it is related to the trucking industry?
Sure. Sleep apnea is something that's hugely important if you have it. So basically what happens is you lay down to go to sleep and your throat starts to actually close, so you can't get air through. It's not your throat, it's more your trachea, but there's pressure down, so that airway is being blocked. Now that's a huge problem, because then you can't get air. So your body stimulates itself to wake back up. And then you go through this cycle and over and over and over. Some people do this so long that they're actually losing hours of sleep throughout the night. And this is creating a huge problem.
So then how specifically is this affecting the truck drivers?
Well, when you don't have ample sleep throughout the night, it affects you. And then our drivers aren't getting the sleep that they need. There was a study showing that with severe sleep apnea, there were up to 15 minutes throughout the day where your drivers, or within an hour, that your drivers are literally nodding off. So you can't have a driver going down the road nodding off. They may not even realize it. It's a micro sleep, so they're driving, all of a sudden and then they may wake back up, hopefully, right? You don't want to drive down the road and just go to sleep. So this is a big problem in the industry, because if we've got drivers out there that aren't getting sleep because they physically can't sleep at night, then we need to fix that.
What would you recommend the remedy for this?
Well, they have a great machine out there, CPAP machine, BiPAP machine, depending on what you need. But what it does is continuous pressure through. So it holds that area open so that you are now able to sleep. It's done wonders for so many of my drivers. And I know the drivers out there hate to hear the dreaded, oh, you have to go have a sleep test. But if you need it, you truly need it. It affects so many organs. It affects your heart. It affects blood pressure. It can, lead to diabetes, cause weight gain. So many things happen at night during that sleeping process that people aren't aware of. And so those things aren't happening when you're constantly waking yourself up. You're not able to get into REM either, which is that deep, deep sleep, when you're constantly waking yourself up. So that CPAP machine goes on their face with a continuous pressure and allows them to sleep, and it works amazing.
Where can they find this specific product? Do they have to go see their physician, or where can they go? Can they just go online and order it?
A lot of drivers find it from the DOT physical. Okay, so they come in, we tell them you need to go for a sleep study, or they go to their physician and their physician says they need a sleep study, and so they send them off. There's two ways to do it. That used to only be in-house. You had to go sleep in this place. They put all this stuff on your head. Now they have an in-home sleep test. So you can put a cannula on your nose. There's a strap around your chest, and then a pulse oximeter goes on your finger, and you sleep like that all night long. Okay, you take it, you put it back in the box, and you mail it off. And within, 48, 72 hours, you've got the results right there. They're incredibly reliable. So, and they're much cheaper. So you can go with those options. And there's great companies out there that you can count on to give you great results.
So was there ever an actual law regarding sleep apnea, and what are the requirements?
So in 2014, when FMCSA put all of the laws together to make us certified to do this exam, they also put recommendations. They did update those recommendations in 2016. It's doctor discretion, and they have a few things that go with that. But there was a point in 2017 where they were talking about passing a law just based on BMI and your neck size. That law was pulled. It was never voted on. It was just pulled. Do I think it'll go back up at some point? I do. But at this point, that law is not in effect. It did go back to, or never changed from, doctor discretion. Unfortunately for the drivers, doctor's discretion varies by doctor, right? So as a baseline, we still do measure necks and we still do BMI, because as you're overweight, your neck size is increased and there's a lot of fat on there, right? So you're obese and you've got this weight sitting here, and as you go to sleep, it actually pushes down on that trachea, causing that obstruction. Now, other things cause that obstruction: adenoids, tonsils, an enlarged tongue, oversized uvula. But those all can be corrected surgically. When it's just too much weight here, either weight loss or CPAP, those are really your only options. So to get back to the law, is there something hard and fast that says A, B, and C, you need a sleep study? No, but there are good guidance out there. And so hopefully we can all lead you in the right direction.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Dixon. We really appreciate you and your expertise on sleep apnea. And I hope that you all found this informative, and hopefully this helps you all down the road. Until the next Truck Boss show, thanks.
Great job with Niki and Dr. Dixon. What'd you think about that?
You know, I love her insights. She's just an incredible doctor, as well as just a leader in her space when it comes to insight on how, not only what the issues are, but actually how to treat them while you're out on the road.
And
so
sleep
big thank
apnea
you.
is big. A lot
It's
of
huge.
people don't even, I would have never really realized or thought about that, but it's a big issue, so it's very important that you get checked out.
Absolutely. And so many times when it comes to getting your medical card, that's the #1 issue.
Yes, it is.
So pay attention to that. Watch that interview again. We're going to have it actually as a separate segment on our YouTube channel, so go check it out there so you can get in the know and share it with your friends. It's good stuff. So it's my turn.
That's right.
You know, I had the opportunity to sit down with a great YouTuber through a Skype interview. As you know, we've launched our YouTuber series when it comes to those who have launched a channel, grown to thousands of subscribers, how they've done it, as well as what separates their channels from others and the tips that you can actually use to launch your own YouTube channel. So check this video out. Mr. Marc Anthony Storm. Marc, pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Likewise, Landon. Thank you for having me on the show. I've been waiting for this for the longest to have this moment to meet with you guys.
So when it comes to being a YouTuber, real quick, why do you love being a YouTuber, and how did you get started in it?
So that's what I did is, as I said, I was in law enforcement briefly. Then I went into trucking, and it really wasn't until sometime last year. Once I had joined Scotland, I had the Peterbilt truck, but I was having some minor issues, you know, with the truck at that time. They ended up giving me and so I did maybe 2 or 3 videos, you know, with that truck, and this was from an iPhone, okay? This is from an iPhone, and yet I have editing experience. I know how to use Sony Vegas, okay? So, but I was using just an iPhone to, you know, post my videos, and I saw people had an interest in it, and I thought, why am I wasting time with an iPhone, you know, to do this? So then what I did is I actually started watching professional people that are on, you know, on YouTube. Well, not professional, but came into it just like you and I would have, okay?
Hey, Marc, I apologize to cut you off, but why don't you take a second and show inside your cab just a little bit of the setup like you did with me before we jumped on this interview.
Sure. And you can see this on the screen, right? Okay. So here we go. So I'm going to show you right there. We have, that's the Republic of Gamers Asus G752. It's a pretty powerful computer. It's got 250 gigabyte solid state drive, and it has a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. And then over here, okay, we've got the, let's see if we can get this in here. Can you see it clearly? But yeah, that right there, that's the Canon 6D Mark II, okay? And I have that because it has exceptional low light capability. So it is superior to the Canon 80D.
What separates your channel from other YouTubers that are in trucking?
What they say is they follow because I keep it very respectful and honorable. They learn a lot from the channel. I try to teach things that may go wrong. Here's one thing about trucking that some people, they let it get to them, and that is the breakdowns. When you have a breakdown, there are certain channels, which I won't mention, but there are certain channels that they let that breakdown really, you know, they display that in the video, and it just makes it seem like trucking is like horrible when that happens, when the reality is that you could have been driving your personal car for some other type of business and it breaks down. It's the same thing, but how are you going to get around it? That's the idea. Is do you attack it and just say, you know what, this is just a thing, this is just a momentary setback, but I'm going to get past this.
Marc, when it comes to the last question here for you, if there is someone that's watching the show right now and listening to you, they're interested in launching their own channel, what are 2 or 3 tips or tricks, or what's some insight you would give them when it comes to launching their channel?
There's a few things, but you want to don't give up. Don't give up when you first start out. Don't think that you're going to make it like overnight, okay? Because then you're going to set yourself up for a little bit of disappointment, because it does take time and it takes persistence. Whatever it is that you're YouTubing about, you want it to be the same type of genre or the same type of let's say you're into mechanics, or if you're into trucks, or if you're into bikes. You want to keep that channel, you know, directed toward what that is, because people are following you because of that. Your schedule is very important. If you're going to put up videos, put them up so that people know when you're putting them up, or when to expect them.
Again, thank you for sharing some insight for what it is that you do when it comes to your YouTube channel and giving the insight for others to be successful themselves. And above all, thank you for your previous service in law enforcement and all you do in being a truck driver and being out on the road away from your family. Can't thank you enough.
Thank you very much, and looking forward to meeting you guys in person.
Huge thank you to my friend Marc Anthony. Isela, I love the time with him because he was able to really not only share what separated things, but some really good advice on it. If you're looking to start your YouTube channel, just like our friend Matt at Little Guy Show,
yes,
some good insight that you can do to get started today.
That's right. So if you want to get your own show started,
I'm telling you, what's cool?
Yeah.
Last thing, they're getting paid to be YouTubers plus driving.
I know, that's crazy how they're making all that money.
I'm just saying, maybe
not
I'll
a
start
bad
my own
business to
channel.
get into. Don't get any ideas.
You should start your own channel.
I actually could, and I'm pretty sure I could do a good job at it.
It'd be called Gangsta 40 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
I think that would go great, and just wear your shades like you did.
Throw my shades, be cool.
Got a little low ride in your hat.
I'm done with you,
just like
Landon. Anyways,
I'm just saying. Anyways, hey, to find a really cool content like what you would find on your channel, we also have Boss Nation. Why don't you tell them about Boss Nation?
Boss Nation, all the behind the scenes that you can check out, what we get to go through, all the things that we do.
What I get to go through dealing life with you.
You're surviving.
Barely.
Are you dead yet? No. Okay. It's all good. He survived. But tell them, how can they join our Boss Nation
group? You know who's
group?
worse?
Who?
Niki.
You better leave Niki alone. She's going to get you.
We got Kenny. That's tough. Then our executive producer, oh my, I mean, come on.
You better leave her alone.
I know, she's staring at me right now.
You know what? If Landon isn't on the show next week, you know why.
This is my last show. It's been wonderful doing life with you. But get a part of the Boss Nation. Go to our Facebook fan page. Request to be part of the group. You're going to answer 3 questions because we want to hear from you, and then you're going to get content you're not going to find anywhere else. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's growing pretty quick.
Now, speaking of fun, you already know Truck Boss is all over the place. I was supposed to be out in, we were going to do the Bandit Big Race Series.
In Oregon,
Wisconsin. And unfortunately, due to the weather, it was canceled. It has been moved to August the 3rd. But we're not going to wait that long. We want to go now. So guess what? Kenny and I are going to be going June the 8th. We will be in Salem, Indiana. And then come June the 21st, we're going to move on to Lebanon, Missouri. Right. Whole team's going to that one.
Exactly. So
we're going to go scope it out.
Check things out, do some Facebook Lives, bring some cool stuff back.
A little bit Boss Nation, Instagram posting.
Exactly. So you want to stay tuned for that the week of June 8th. And then June 20th as a team, got a huge event. If you're going to be in Lebanon
June 21st.
Exactly. I got it right. When it comes to that event, if you're in that area, you need to come check it out because Big Rig does it right. Awesome event.
They do. It's pretty. I'm excited. I know Kenny and I are excited to check out these races and see what we can bring to live to everyone who's on our Facebook.
That's right. So Isela, it was great to start off the show being cool with you. Always good to see you.
I hope to see you next week.
We'll talk to my producer. We'll see what happens. But thank you so much for inviting us into your world tonight. Have a great week. And if you don't know why we do this,
because you're the boss.